joined today by an absolute just force on the competition floor. We've got Hannah Thompson with us. He's one of the rising CrossFit athletes who's already kind of made some serious waves in the sport. You may have seen her at the TFX experience, and she is getting ready to go to the 2025 Summit Games in Salt Lake City with us. We're going to talk training. We're going to talk goals. We're going to talk some favorite things. We're going to have some funny questions. So, Hannah, thank you for joining us today. It's Sunday. We're doing this coffee thing right now. Is it a down day for you, or did you already work out?
So I actually worked out today. I typically take Sundays completely off, but schedule moved around and so had to get my
Okay,
fitness in today.
nice. And then how many absolute total rest days where you do no training do you have each week typically?
1 to 2.
Oh,
Um, Thursdays, maybe trying to get outside and move a little bit more,
okay.
take Stormzy, my dog, for a walk.
Nice. So are
But
you on kind of that traditional 3 on 1 off, 2 on 1 off?
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a second. Yeah.
Nice. I like it. Some things never change, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I like it. Well,
Mm.
let's get into it. You've been at some high level competitions. What's one thing that you've learned about yourself through some of the bigger competitions that you've been in recently?
Gosh. This is so I've kind of gotten to grow up doing CrossFit. CrossFit has taught me a lot of things inside and outside of the gym. Um, I guess something learning how to, being in a bigger competition, you got to kind of hold your head a little bit more. So I think it's not only giving me confidence on and off of the floor, but being able to kind of regulate some emotions. I can be a hothead, but that has definitely shifted within the past couple of years of competing.
Nice.
So,
Does the hothead part come with just being a redhead, or is that just
oh
who
yeah,
you are and who your family is?
100%. That's what
Nice.
I'm gonna blame it on.
There we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
it's not me, it's my hair.
Okay. And then how does your training shift when you're preparing for something like the Summit Games compared to an off season if you've gotten to have an off season?
Yeah, so, I mean, the way CrossFit's set up, it's not really there's not a huge off season, just depending on what your season or where your level that you're competing at. So, let's say it's July here. We got done at, semifinals. I did team this past year in May, and then some of the bigger competitions like Summit Games happen in the summer. So, it's maybe take a couple weeks off to kind of check yourself back into it, but you're kind of back on that grind throughout the summer. So there isn't for me, there really isn't an off season, and as we get closer to the event, as long as we know the events, we'll kind of do some tapering and some priming getting into it, but it's finding something that I can maintain throughout the year right now.
Yeah. Okay. And so with the Summit Games, do you have any goals while you're there as far as placement, as far as workouts? I know some of them have been released. And then I guess with it being a little bit later on in the year in September, does that kind of end your season then, or do you have some more stuff after Summit Games?
I think so to answer the first question of expectations, like, obviously, you wanna win. Like, I'm not gonna go into a competition and be like, "Oh, we'll just kinda do whatever." Um, I it's kind of seeing what the events are. So I think expectation-wise, there's certain performances I wanna get out of each event. So once I know what all of them are, I'll be like, "All right, this is kinda the expectation." And if at the end of the day, someone else is just better at it, but I executed the way I had to, then I'm happy with it. So as long as I perform at my best, I can't be mad about what the result is. So obviously first place is like that's the result everyone wants. So do your best to do that. And then as far as competing after Summit Games, I think I've got a smaller local comp, but I have to check it. The TFX qualifiers are around that same time. So be doing that and then getting into TFX and the season at the same time.
Love it. And then now that you've kind of gotten some experience behind yourself, even though you're super young in the sport, you're super young in life, what is one piece of advice that you would give to someone maybe a little bit younger or someone starting out where they're wanting to really level up and get higher up, I guess, in the rankings and move to that next thing in CrossFit? What is kind of one piece of advice that you would have for them?
I mean, for me, it was the advice I would give someone like myself that was wanting to compete really early on and still enjoys doing it and have a lot of time in it. You can do everything right in the gym, but if you don't, get your nutrition, if you don't sleep, if you don't recover, you're wasting your time. So, whether it's you're overworking yourself into injury, I've done that. You're under eating and you're falling apart, I've also done that. You're wasting your time. So, you've gotta be willing to do everything outside of the gym if you wanna be able to perform on a floor.
Yeah, that's good advice, and that's really probably the hardest part of all of this in any sport. Just say they're in the gym for 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day. It's kind of more based on what you do the other 22 or 23 hours. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot more hours based outside of the gym that can really move the needle either way. So that's good advice. I love it. And then if there was one movement that you can make it vanish away, get away from the fitness industry where you don't have to do it in a competition anymore, what would that be? So in other words,
Oh,
what's your least favorite movement, workout, any of that stuff?
shuttle runs.
Shuttle runs.
I despise shuttle runs. Yeah.
You
Or
despise running
basically
in
a push-up.
general or just the
No.
shuttle run?
I'm actually a really good runner for the most part. I mean, for
Okay.
being a CrossFit athlete, and, I'm actually really good at shuttle runs. I hate them. I don't know. There's something about being able to do a lot of things, but making me go back and forth in 25-foot increments just really makes my blood boil. It
Yeah,
really does.
nice.
Mhm.
Mine would be the sumo deadlift high pull. It's terrible.
Oh, I mean, so I haven't, knock on wood somewhere, I have not seen that in either a qualifier or competition for me. So, I'm sure if that comes out, it might change my answer.
Oh, they are terrible.
Yep.
Okay, so let's say at summer games or at the summit games, your performance could be sponsored by one snack food. What banner and what company would you want behind you? If not Colonel's, Colonel's aside.
Obviously, if it was coffee, come on.
No, so
And
coffee
then yeah.
aside, what would be the
Oh
snack food that you want to
gosh.
sponsor you?
A snack that I want to sponsor me. This is way harder. My answer was definitely Colonel's coffee. What do I snack on the most? I don't know, some type of popcorn probably.
Ooh, that's a good one. And they've
That's
got a
all
lot of
my
different flavors now. They're super great.
that are like the have you heard of the Joyride candies?
No,
They've got I mean, this is my health nerd. They have way less sugar in them, but they
oh,
actually taste really, really good.
no, we're not talking
Yeah, I mean,
about
I
goldfish.
know, but or goldfish. That was like my go-to competition snack.
Really?
Extra cheddar though,
I think
not the
mine would be
one.
Sour Patch Kids.
Those are good. Mm.
Yeah, that would be mine. All right, and last question. If someone made a documentary about your CrossFit life, what would the title be and who would you want to narrate it?
Oh my gosh. What would the title be? Probably Big Red. That's my nickname.
Okay. And then who would you want to narrate it?
I don't know if I trust anyone to narrate it. Like it would be from their perspective.
No, they would just
Okay,
be the
well,
one behind, like Morgan Freeman telling you what's going on.
who would it be? Man, I feel like someone that one of my training partners, his name is
Oh,
Nathan, and I feel
okay.
like he would do probably a really good job narrating
Okay.
something. So
I
maybe
like it.
maybe him. Yeah.
That's a good one. That way it's a little bit more personal. I like it. All right. Well, thank you so much. We'll let you get back to it. Guys, thank you for watching Hannah Thompson. Keep an eye out for her at the Summit Games. Come over to the Colonel's Coffee booth and say hi to her. You'll be able to hang out with her, watch her work out while you're there. Hannah, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.